Everyone, my name is Sachin More. So we'll start now. So today we are going to see the what's new presentation. So today I'm very thrilled to present this Board RX assembly in all new SolidWorks 2024. So let's step into the world of unparalleled precision, which is crafted by Mr. Christian Bag, the designer, owner, and the entrepreneur himself. Christian's inspiring story comes after a life-altering accident, which actually, instead of hindering his spirits, ignited his determination. So in SolidWorks 2024, let's witness how this exceptional software played a pivotal role in transforming Christian's vision into reality. Let's take a look at the map of adventure we are about to go on. So the first leg will get us to the some highlights where we'll take a look at some of the top enhancements. The second leg is relatively an easy pedal, landing us at an improved productivity. The third leg will be a little big push across the river to focus on design, to look at the future of CAD design, what the SolidWorks 2024 has available today. So this is a bird's eye view of the Board RX assembly, which consists of more than 1,000 components and more than 4,000 total bodies. So now we've got our gear up and our map ready. So it's time to go and explore. So let's start with the enhancements now. So the first set of enhancements are from user experience. There are a couple of enhancements in user experience. Here now we can choose our output coordinate system by when saving the formats stored here. The next one is hardware acceleration. Now by turning on and off this function, now you can offset your fillet edges computing to the GPU, which provides massive performance increase, which you can see this on the screen. So let's move to the next set of enhancements from parts and features. So here we have the first set of enhancements is save as previous release, flip side to cut for revolves, cylindrical bounding boxes, sketch dimension previews. So let's go ahead and see these enhancements live in SolidWorks 2024. So the first enhancement which we have seen is save as previous release. So now we have the option to save any of the parts in SolidWorks 2022 and 2023 which are previous to releases. Okay? So which was much awaited feature and it is one of the biggest enhancements in 2020. Next one is flip side to cut revolve. So I'll just go ahead and select the revolve cut feature, select this sketch. Earlier we could remove the interior portion of the part by using the revolve cut option, but now we can use the flip side cut and remove the exterior portion. So this is how we can easily achieve our complex shapes. Next one is cylindrical bounding boxes. Now, while creating the stock size, we had earlier only the rectangular bounding box option, but now the cylindrical bounding box option is available. Also, we can custom fit the bounding box. Okay? So this way we can easily create the bounding box. So let's move on to the next announcement. So next set of announcement is whole wizard, symmetrical linear patterns, surface modeling, and make multi-body parts. So in first announcement is sketch dimension preview. So here I'll just go ahead and create a simple sketch. So I select a rectangle. Now, when I click on the sketch entity, it gives me the dimension preview. So I can just go ahead and give the value and just click on OK, and my dimension is ready. Also, it will not interfere with the previous constraints, such as, let's say, if I want to make it equal, it will not interfere this new feature with that. Also, this can be used for the angle dimensions. Here you can see how easily it can be used for the angle dimensions. Next one is whole wizard. So now, when I go to whole wizard and select the particular configuration which I want to use for the whole, and then when I go to position, now we have this new option which is called existing 2D sketch. Select this sketch and you can see that my holes are already placed on the sketch. Also, I have instances to skip option wherein I can skip my instances whichever I do not need. So click on OK, my holes are ready. So let's move to the next announcement, which is a linear pattern. So I'll just select the plane for the pattern, select the linear pattern option. Now select the feature of the pattern. So here you can see earlier we had to select the distance manually in order to create a pattern on the other side, but now we have this symmetric button. As soon as I click on symmetric button, the pattern is ready on the other side of the part. So click on OK. The next one is surfacing. Now here, in order to create or generate the shut off surfaces for creating on the part, so now I can just go ahead and select the untrimmed surface, and I will select the option exclude parent surface, and when I click on OK, I have my shut off surfaces ready. Here you can see, this way we can easily create the shut off surfaces. So the next enhancement is make multi-body part. So sometimes it is very important to create the multi-body part in order to show the detailed information in manufacturing, or in order to create the jigs and fixtures. So I'll just select the make multi-body part option, and here I can choose the filter conditions, whatever the conditions I want in order to create a multi-body. I'll just select surface bodies and material. Now here you can see the multi-body part is created. I'll just hide the solid bodies. You can see this is a surface body. I can use this, in order to create a jig. So let's trim this feature. Simply, I can go ahead and use this to, create a jig, and I will just show the solid body. Okay. So this is how you can create multi-body part. So let's move on to the next announcements. Now here, in order to use the sketch dimension preview, you need to select the option preview sketch dimensions when selected, and by going into the system options. Okay. And by using the multi-body options, these are some of the benefits which we are going to use. So let's move on to the next set of announcements, which will be presented by my colleague, Mr. Sama. So
Thank you, Sachin. Uh, the make multi-body part for the jig creation and save as previous release will help a lot of users to save their time. So up next in the sheet metal and structure system, we have set of enhancements such as in the sheet metal, we have propagate slots, stamp tool, and rip command enhancements. We will see in the SOLIDWORKS how does that helps. Here you can see this is a bowhead carrier which is used to carry the bowhead along with the car. Let's design a bottom liner for it. You can see on the this side there is a tab and slot sheet metal feature applied to this side. So in order to make the other side as well, I will use a copy with mate command. This will copy the entire part along with the mates. And as you can see, with the shortcut keys such as Q while displaying the plane, I can easily repeat those mates command in order to replicate the other side. But the tabs are present on the side, but the slots are missing. So what we can do here with the new enhancement called as propagate slots, we can easily propagate the slot features on the all the instances along with the attached part. Here, as soon as I hit enter, this will create the slot feature on the all adjacent sides. This feature not only visible in assembly but also on the part environment also. This will ensure that the manufacturing drawings will also have the latest information available. Up next, within the sheet metal enhancements, there is a new tool called stamp tool, which can be utilized to create stamp from any cloth surface. Here in my case, I have a rectangular surface. In this, I can change the dimension and also I can utilize the dimensions to accommodate or change the part as per my need. I can use the die radius, punch radius, and also other dimensions to constrain or to modify the stamp tool. This stamp feature is just like any other feature in the SolidWorks. You can use multiple features, like in this case I'm using a sketch pattern to accommodate the three wheels which are going to be placed on this liner, bottom liner. You can see I can easily replicate the same tool on the three instances. Up next, within the same sheet metal environment, the rip command which we were previously using is now enhanced. And as soon as I select a conical or cylindrical edge, it automatically grabs that I have to select a point on which a rip will be added. As you can see, by selecting a point, a rip along with the axis of that cylindrical or conical surface has been added automatically. I can change the direction, but in this case, I want a symmetric cut. This cut or gap can be controlled by using either the distance or the degree of the gap. This can also be offsetted from its position. Let's keep it centered and hit OK. As soon as we insert the sheet metal parameters to this part, you can see this can be easily flattened into a sheet metal flat pattern. This will be really helpful to convert cylindrical and conical surfaces or features into the flat sheet metal flat pattern. If while using the propagate slot feature, let's say the tabs are at an angle than the slot, then the SolidWorks will be automatically keep the slots normal to the sheet metal surface or thickness. This will ensure that the flat pattern is always clutter free. Next, in the structure system, we have automatic corner grouping, new corner treatment called open, and the units and properties. Let's see in SOLIDWORKS how those enhancements will help us in our day-to-day activity. Here I have two planes on which using the structure system, which is a more advanced version of elements, can be utilized to create a outer section or the cage structure for liner which we have previously created. Here, by utilizing the surface I created, I can easily select those and apply a numerous amounts of profile onto them. Here you can see as soon as I select the path, the profile has been added. By utilizing the secondary member, I can add a support member along the cage. For that, I will get the help of the planes I have already created for my reference. Here, by just selecting the pair of members on which the support has been needed, I can easily apply the support members. Let's say I don't want few support members, then I can easily delete them by using delete key on my keyboard. Also, you can see the corners are not grouped yet, but as soon as I hit enter, you can see all the corners has been grouped together, and also the basic plane reference has been set automatically. You can also select the trim option, which is now has a great UI. Up next, as soon as I click next, you can see those corners groups in three tabs: simple, two members, and complex. Let's focus on one of the corner. Here you can see for the better viewing, we will add some extension. You can see there are few corner trim types such as butt treatment and a miter treatment. But with the new SOLIDWORKS enhancement, there is a new corner treatment called open, which can be help us, which can be utilized to accommodate some press-fit parts. Here in the assembly, you can see these types of parts can be utilized to join or join the weldment profiles, let's say tubes, with the press-fit parts. Next, we have a units in properties. In the property tab, let's say the user need to add a custom properties, like in this case, I want to add a unit of mass. What this does, it automatically calculates the mass which is grabbed from the material which is applied to the part file. This ensures in the future course of action, let's say the model changes or the templates which has been set changes as per the need of the project. In case of that, the unit applied will also change accordingly. So there is no manual typing or manual calculation needed for the user or the designer. These were the enhancements in sheet metal and structure system for assemblies. Over to Sachin.
Thank you, Samar, for a nice presentation. So let's continue with the next enhancements from assemblies. So the first set of enhancements is insert component, weight mate selection, enhanced weight references, and component references. So let's see these enhancements live in SolidWorks. So while inserting the component, when I select the component to insert into the assembly, so we have now the configuration tab available here. So we can choose whichever the configuration we want to insert. So this is going to help us while inserting the components. So that is going to. So next one is width mate selection. So earlier we had multiple options for the mate, and we also have the width mate. But now when I go ahead and select the width mate, I can now select the surfaces and references for the width mate. In I do not have to remember the sequence. I can just directly select the surfaces references and it will automatically detect the mate reference. Also, similarly, we earlier had the alt and the reference option to choose the mates. Next one is enhanced mate references. Now, this is one of the part here. You can define the mate references to a particular part. So I'll just so when I go to mate references here, you can see that there is a new feature called create mates only when the names match. So this is going to help us a lot in assembly. So let's go ahead and see that. So let's say if I want to insert this, so as soon as I click here, you can see that the mate references have been up. Similarly, I go ahead and insert it. You can see these are the mate references which you can see. So this way we can easily use this enhanced mate references in assembly. Next one is component references. Now here uh, we can go to the edit component references and add the component references in a bulk operation, you can say. So let's say if I want to add here a reference, I will just copy paste in of the particular part, and this bulk operation is going to save my lot of time. So this way we can add the references easily. Next one is so let's go ahead and see the next set. So next set of enhancement is rule-based D feature, previous release, XR importer exporter integration, component pattern repair. So let's see how the D feature is going to help. So let's say if I want to send my model to some of the people from the outside of the organization, let's say to a vendor or a supplier, in that case, I can just de-feature my part by using some set of rules, which I can create my own template. And once I apply this and de-feature it, you can see that on the screen how this feature is going to help us easily. Also, I can save this as a new document. So this is going to help us to hide our design this data and save into the new document. Next one is while importing the step. Now we have a step preview filter option. Earlier we had to face a lot of difficulties while importing the step file if it has a big data. So now what we can do here, when we select the step file and click on import, we can choose the preview filter option. And once we choose the preview filter, we can easily select the particular part from that assembly and only that part will be open. So it will save a lot of time. You can see that on the screen. Next one, the XR and VR exporter integration. So this is how going to look like. It will give you the sharp edges and the quite good resolution images. Next one is you can now delete the missing references in a bulk operation. Also, we can select the subassembly by using the select flexible subassembly option in order to make it rigid or flexible. Also, we have a next enhancement, which is now we can choose the default prefix suffix for the mirror components. We can create our own default prefix suffix values. So let's move on to the next set of enhancements, which will be presented by Samar. Samar, over to you.
Nice, Sachin. The enhancements such as step preview filter will save a lot of time opening the outsourced parts such as step files and other assemblies. Let's see the next enhancements in drawing and documentation. Here in the drawing section, we have enhancements such as collinear chain dimension, highlighted reference entities, highlight overridden dimension, and save as previous versions. Let's see in SOLIDWORKS how that looks. I have this cork front plate on which I need to add a chain dimension. Previously, adding the chain dimension was really a bit difficult because after adding the dimensions, we need to make them collinear manually. But as you can see, regardless of the order I choose, I can easily add the dimension and they will be always in collinear fashion. Let's say there is no space for the dimension, then the dimension will be offsetted from its position. And if there is a no space for the arrowheads also, then they will be swapped out with either the dots or the slashes. Next, in the manufacturing side, we sometimes override the dimension. As soon as the designer or the user overrides the dimension, you can see the color of the dimension changes. This can be set by the user for the color. Same can be done with the multiple dimensions also. Then, after change of mind in the future, user can also bring back the previous original value. So this ensures that there is a no loss of data. I might be a bit late to the party, but as you can see, the SOLIDWORKS drawings can also be saved as a previous versions. This ensures while saving, it also includes all the reference components along with it. So the links will be kept intact. Up next, in the drawing, we have keep link to property open, reattach and reattach dangling dimension. While adding the nodes, you can see previously while adding a linked property, the linked property tab used to disappear after adding a single property. But as you can see, even after adding a one property, now I can add multiple property along in the node section and the tabs keeps open. Here I am adding multiple properties such as part number, category, and the part description. Next, we have seen the section that upgraded the handle position. But let's say we change the configuration with the updated version. What this does, it dangles some dimension. We need to reattach them. So with the new feature called as reattach dangling dimension, now the dimension can be reattached easily. Also, this can be done with a misplaced smart dimension. Also, in the layer property, now you can uh, select and delete multiple layers. This reduces the one by one steps or repetitive steps in order to delete all layers. Also now in the settings, you can open the drawing files always in detailing mode by default, which help you to reduce the opening time of the document or drawing files. And also in the part environment, you can exclude the hidden sketches in the DXF file format. In the documentation side, we have enhancements such as annotations to stay on top, whole tables in 3D, and custom properties in step to go to format. In the previous versions, what it does, while rotating the part, the annotation used to go behind the part and it is difficult to visualize the dimension. But the new enhancements ensures that the annotation will stay always on the top and the visibility of the annotation will be great. Next, the whole table can be added by selecting the holes and the reference, and this is same as the adding the bill of material in the 3D side. Also, the properties such as the location and the sizes of the hole will be added along with it. While saving the files in the step to photo format, now you can add the custom properties built in the SOLIDWORKS along with the file. This ensures the data to be stored along with the step to photo format. Up next, we have dual dimension in geometric tolerancing, half angle dimensions, curved surface thickness, and reattached dangling dimension. In some cases, we need the dimensions in two different units. This can be easily added by double-clicking the dimension we want to modify and allowing display dual dimension. This will add the dimension as per the user's reference or user settings. Previously, while adding a size dimension for a curved surface, only the full angle dimension was visible. But some manufacturing sites needs a half angle dimension to be showed, which can be showed easily with a click option called as show as half angle dimension. This will showcase the half angle dimension for curved or conical surfaces. Now adding the size dimension for the two curved surface thickness is easy as possible by just selecting those two curved surface and placing the dimension in the right plane will show the thickness between those surfaces we have just selected. Previously, what we have to do for the dangling dimension, we need to delete it and recreate it. But with a new feature, with the edit feature command, you just need to add a reference entity or reference geometry in order to reattach the dangling dimension. These were the enhancements in drawings and documentation. Up next in the visualize, we'll see what are the sets of enhancement. There are enhancements such as appearance model updates, manipulator improvements, interface updates, and sun and sky improvements. The libraries got a new renovated look, and the building blocks of visualize, which are appearance model, got a new format called as BSPBR, and which has a clean and neat look. And also you can change it along with the appearance. These have a numerous sets of settings. This looks user friendly also. There are texture maps which are used in the visualize environment. As soon as you drag and drop the texture files, the visualize will automatically recognize the texture files. This can be done with the multiple files also, and each file can be recognized as per the file name by the visualize, and they will be set automatically. Next, the manipulator has got enhanced. The settings remain the same, but it got a new look. You can see as I hover over the manipulator, the selected part or the part I was going to select will be highlighted. I can translate that part, I can scale it to one direction, or I can scale it in all directions also. I can move these parts in the particular plane, and I can also select the rotate command along the axis. Up next, the main thing which is rendering options has only the selection tools which are going to need in the render only. This ensures a clean and user-friendly look. You can select the image presets you have previously built or select from the one which are already present in the visualized environment. Also, while rendering, you can select the configurations and also you can select the camera sets you have created in the project. Next, in the sun and sky improvements, now you can select the compass or sunrise and sunset points according to your location, which can be added as per the city or the coordinates of the city. This can also be animated in the animation which will be really helpful to animate or to get the renders of sunrise and sunset views. These were the enhancements in Visualize. Up next, we have enhancements in simulation. After designing the part, the validating the part is also important. So in the simulation, we have enhancements such as enhanced bearing connector, copying FA studies, saving mesh and results. The previous bearing connector is same as previous, but with the new enhancement, by making it flexible, now we can make the bearing connector flexible, which will improve our results as per the simulation. Up next, in the simulation option, now you can save file after meshing for the analysis, which will ensure after the crash or in case of crash, our mesh file will be ready to use and we have a checkpoint to start. In the default option, now you can set default for include mesh and include results while copying the study. This will reduce or maintain the file size while copying the studies for the simulation purpose. In the conversion check plots, which will identify the contact convergence issue and which will be great help to visualize which parts or which phases we need to have a more mesh to get accurate result. Then with the mesh performance improvement, now you can automatically copy the identical bodies for the mesh called as blended curvature based mesh. Up next, in the plastic environment, we have enhancements such as injection location advisor and automate plastic studies. You can see in the plastic environment, while adding the injection location advisor, previously what we have to get, we will get only the get location of the runner gate. But now, as you can see, with the new enhancement, I does not only get the get location, but also number of gates. Here in my case, I have 2. With the batch manager, we can run multiple studies we have set in this study. We can select the proper studies and add it into the task list. While adding, now you can set the number of CPUs you want. With this new enhancement, this ensures that your PC remains open or free for other works alongside with the simulation running on the SOLIDWORKS environment. After running multiple studies, previously what we have to do, we have to compare in the different window. But with the compare results option, now you can compare up to 4 results in the one single window. And with the hot and cold runner domains, you can quickly define those hot and cold runner systems in your simulation. With the meshing enhancement, the saving and previewing of a mesh is much faster and easier than ever. These were the sets of enhancements in simulation or electrical over to Sachin.
Thank you, Sumar, for beautiful presentation. So let's go ahead and see the enhancements in electrical. So in electrical, we have some enhancements in electrical 2D and some enhancements are in electrical 3D. So the first we'll see enhancements in electrical 2D. So we have auto balloon in 2D cabinets. So this is one of the much awaited enhancement. Here we can easily do the auto balloon now in 2D cabinets. It will, it will be better documentation with automated and flexible annotations. Next one is component marks as a range and report. Now we have, the range option available while selecting the component marks, which is going to increase the readability and save our valuable drawing space. Next one is move using arrow keys. Now we can directly move using the arrow keys, which is going to be very easy to use the option clear manufacturing part info. Now earlier, while when we used to delete the manufacturing parts, so there used to be a residual terminal information left. But now we can fully delete the residual terminal numbers at the component level itself. So this will save valuable time. The last one is auto adapted size. Now, in order to work with the line and schematic drawings on a large and high resolution monitors, it is very useful to have an auto adapted size. So here you can see when I select the auto balloon option, I select the balloon type, whether I want it circular, triangular, the shape of the balloon, and I can just place my bill of material on the side of the drawing. So this is going to help me save my lot of time for creating the auto balloon and bill of material. So let's go ahead and see the enhancements from the SolidWorks selected to scene. So here we have route active location only. So now, let's say if I want to route for the particular location only. So earlier we could not do that, but now we have this option route active location. So which is wherein I can select the particular location and route only for that particular location. So that is going to save my time by limiting, by using the option automatic route creation, which will focus all the areas. So that will save my lot of time. Next one is filter manufacturer parts. So now, while inserting the multiple manufacturer parts, we have now multiple filters available. So this is going to, avoid confusion and give us a lot of flexibility for inserting the manufacturer parts. Next one is duplicate with link assembly. So here, when we choose whether to remove or retain the link of the SolidWorks assembly in a duplicated project. So while working on a duplicated project, it is now very easy to remove the link, and which is going to help us. Align preview. The next one is align preview. So now here, while doing the preview, we can use the align preview feature, which will be, which will save a lot of time and will be reduced effort required to align the SolidWorks components in a 3D cabinet layout. Next one is set length of multiple rails and ducts. Now we can easily select the and define the length for multiple rails and ducts at a single time. So it will reduce a lot of clicks and it will reduce a lot of time by for doing this operation. Next one is cable feature manager naming. Now here in SolidWorks routing, easily we can identify multiple wires based on the smart naming feature, which is available in the new feature manager. Next one is flattening discrete wires. Now in new modeling workflows that add electrical routes as either single segments or as a group of discrete wires, we can use this flattened discrete wires feature, and which is going to help us save a lot of time. So here we can see how easily I can select the route to particular location only. So I've selected this particular location. I am going to use the auto route option. So now it will only route to that particular location. So this will avoid a lot of confusion, and I can focus on the particular areas for routing. So this was the enhancements from the SolidWorks electrical 2D and electrical 3D. So now we are at the end of the presentation. If anyone has any questions, you can mention it in the questions box. If you have any doubts, then you can email us at support@beacon-india.com. So you can email us on this email, and we will be happy to connect you for your questions.